Hello friends, welcome to new video. Today we are going to solve intermediate level PySpark question which is asked in a PwC interview procedures for a data engineering role. So let's start with the question. The question is show a first name, last name and a gender of a patient. Those gender is M. So we are using the Databricks community editions for solving this type of questions. I will give you a data data frames. So using the data frames, you can convert using that. I will give you a list of tuples that you have to convert into a data frame, and using that data frame, using a PySpark, you need to solve this question. First, we will try to solve this question using SQL. After that, we will try to solve this question using a PySpark also. So first, let's see a data. Okay, I have tuples of list. So this is the tuples of list data I have. I will give you this data in a descriptions, okay, that we are going to use to solve this problem. So I have this data, which is we have patient's ID, name, first name, last name, and the gender. So I am going to save the patient's data into variable. So okay, I have saved that variable into the patient variable. Now we are going to use. Now I am for the if you are saving that variable, now we have to define the schema type. If you are define the data frame, then we have to define the schema type for the data frame. That column name we need to define. Okay, for this defining the schema name, we can use, like we have a two type. We can directly define, or second thing we have a struct field, or this we can say struct field and struct type this class. Using this class also we can create the schema. So let's create the schema using a method like the patient schema. We are going to use patient schema is equal to, we are directly creating the schema, like first is patient ID we have, second we have first name, directly use the double quote or single name, that doesn't matter. We have first name, second we have last name, and third we have, the fourth we have gender of that specific patient, like we are going to use gender. Okay, Databricks will give you intelligence, but try to try to write all code, so it will be a practice for you. So I have created that patient, like the I have created that data. I have saved that data frame into a patient. I have given the schema to that variable. Now we are going to create the data frame. So let's create the data frame, like PAT patient data frame is equal to. So we are going to use Spark, and Spark we are going to use create data frame. This is the class we are going to use, which is the present into a Spark. Okay, create. I think spelling mistake has done here. Okay, now if you see first, the create data frame takes two parameter. First is a variable where you have saved the data, like I have saved the data into patient's variable. Okay, patient variable, and also patient's variable. So I'm taking that variable, and we need to give the schema name also with the schema, like schema is equal to, we will provide the schema name. What is the schema name we have? We have a schema name as a patient schema, that we are giving the two. arguments. So data frame takes the two arguments. First is the in which variable you have stores that data, and second is the schema you have created for that uh, we can say variable or data frame. So let's show this how our data frame is going to look. So we are going to use patient df dot show. Let's see what we will get. So it's taking time to execute. So we are getting any error or something. Okay, Spark section has no attribute. Okay, we have missed something. I think create data frame. I think it's not in a proper format. Okay, now let's see once again. Syntax error near the SQL in Spark dot create data frame. I think what we are missing. Just give me 1 second. Spark is a class. Spark is a class. In class, we have a data frame definition functions and that take patients and also take the schema which is okay schema which is present into struct type. Okay, we don't have to give that schema name in the struct type, I think. Okay, we have given the schema name in a double quotes, so it is taking as a string type. So that was our mistake. So when you solve using, when you write the code, that time you will get to know that you are doing some mistake. So now we got the data frame. Now, what was our question? Our question was show the first name, last name, and a gender of a patient. Those gender is M. So first we will try to solve this question using we'll try to solve this question using SQL because SQL is also important in I can say data engineering. So we are going to select that the first name I can say over last name. Okay, from and also we are going to change gender from I can say table name where our conditions will be gender is equal to is considered as a m. This will be our query. We are defining the how you are going to solve that question using the SQL. But that was our point. We are going to solve that questions using a PySpark. That was our main point. So let's move to the let's try to solve this question using a PySpark. So we got the data frame. The data frame is here. Now using that data frames, we are going to create that questions. Okay, what data frame name we have? We have data frame as patients df. Okay, let's solve this question using patient df. Patient df dot which column we need to select. We are going to select the column. Which column we want? First we want first name. Second we want it's not giving intelligence. Okay, intelligence has given. But let's type the column. So we will get the practice. Okay, second want and third column which is want is gender column we want. So gender. Let's can we do you want to see this? Okay, gender columns we want. but we are going to use. So we are going to filter that gender column in a, like in SQLs we have used like the gender is equal to M. So in a Databricks, in like the we have where in SQL conditions like the Databricks we have a filter condition. So I'm going to use filter condition. Okay, filter. We are going to use what we are going to filter. Filter column. Which column we are going to filter is nothing but the gender column. And the gender column is gender columns we are going to use, and you with whom you are going to compare. Which column do you want? Like gender column of the gender, like male. Male we want. Okay, like male we want. Okay, this is the data we want to show. Like the gender is equal to male. Like show, let's show the data. Let's see what we are getting. And these are the actions we are performing, like the filters, select statement. So these are the transformations we are doing, but show is an actions. And basically we can say PySpark or the Databricks is the lazy evaluations. So we are getting one error. The error is a call is not defined. Okay, that means we need to define the call. Call is function that we need to import, like we are when we from the libraries, like the from PySpark library, like when we write the code in a Python, that time we import some functions or import some libraries. That also column is the functions that we need to import. So we are using the PySpark dot SQL dot functions. Also types also there, but we need only column is a function, so we are importing call import. We can import star or the call. It depend on you. You can import call also, because we are using only one function into space for this code. Instead of importing the single functions, you can import multiple functions. So I'm going to import the multiple function, and let's run this code once again. See what we are getting. Okay. Now, if you see, as per our question, we are getting the first name, last name, and the gender, which having male. So let's see our question once again. Our question was, show a first name, last name, and a gender of a patient whose gender is M. So if you see our result, what we are getting, first name, last name, and those gender is M. Thank you for watching, guys.